Hello students, welcome back. So we starting new chapter, that's your motion, okay? Motion in one dimension and two dimensions, okay? So look here, when we learn mechanics, okay? Mechanics we divided two parts. One is called kinematics, one is called your kinetics, or you can call dynamics also. Okay, we divide mechanics into two parts, kinematics and what? Kinetics. Look here, in kinematics what we do? Here we learn the motion of the bodies without talking about what force is. In this topic, we don't talk about force and we learn that how bodies are moving. So what we learn? We learn motion of bodies without force, right? We don't talk that how much force is applied and what type of force is applied, just we talk about motion only, okay? So force word we will not learn in this chapter, kinematics. That's what your motion 1D and 2D here we learn, okay? So motion one dimension or two dimension, nothing but what? Kinematics, or you also call like motion in a straight line, rectilinear motions, right? These things. Okay, then kinetic dynamic, what we do here in this topic, kinetics and what? Or what? Dynamics. Here we learn motion, okay, of bodies what? With what forces? We will consider the forces also, right? What forces are acting on these bodies, right? Yes. So here we learn like Newton's laws, which already we have learned, right? Yes. So there we'll talk about what type of force is acting, then body is moving, okay? So we're learning what? Motion chapter. So we'll talk about kinetics. Force word will not come here. Only we'll talk how the body moves, okay? And we have two ways the body can move, in one dimension in a straight line, or in two dimensions in a plane, okay? Okay, let's start. So we're learning first motion in one dimension. Here we have small 5 terms, already know about them: distance and displacement, velocity and speed, and what? Acceleration. These are 5 terms. Let's quickly revise them. So we'll talk about distance and displacement. Basics of these already you know. Everywhere we learn these things, okay? So distance. What is distance actually, okay? A body is moving and you calculate the total path covered by the body, that's called your distance, right now? So simply call what? Total path covered by a body, right? You know very well that distance is a scalar quantity, yes. And then how you say about displacement? Displacement is just vector, right? So this is what? Shortest distance, right, covered by what? Body. Between what? Is initial and final point, right? You talk about the shortest distance between what? The initial and final position of the body. The shortest distance is called what? Your displacement. And you know that I don't say that displacement is a vector, your distance is scalar quantity. So suppose you start from here and go around like semicircle, come here, you travel a semicircle of radius r, there is a point A and B. And in this question I ask you like body move from point A to B, you say what is the distance? Obviously we say the distance is what? Pi into what? R. From here to here, that distance. But I ask you what is displacement, you will say that is simply what? 2 into r, that distance, straight distance from point A to what? Point 2, that's r and r, correct? That's your shortest distance. So what you can say actually, you can say that your distance, you say distance is always either more or equal to what? Your displacement, right? You know that this, if a body is moving, then displacement is always what? Positive, correct? It can be only positive, it cannot be 0 or what? Negative. You cannot have distance as what? Negative, or you cannot have 0 if body is what? Moving, okay? But displacement is a vector quantity, you know that it can have 0, it can have negative, it can have what? Positive, all type value, because it's a vector quantity, we know, right now, while this is a scalar quantity, right? Yes, correct. Once a body moving, your distance should be only positive, you cannot have a negative distance or 0 distance, right? But displacement can be all 3 types, it can be 0 also, right? It can be negative, it can be positive, right? Suppose you start a body motion from point A and you go toward B point like this way, then from B you return back like that way, right? Suppose you are point C, Then if I ask you what is the distance, you add this distance, that distance plus that distance. Then I ask you what is the displacement. Displacement is what? The distance between what? A and B. So that will be distance, correct? Na? Shortest distance. So this will be a negative because you started from this point in this direction. Now you're going, you already crossed that point, you went in that direction. So here like your displacement will be what? Negative, right? Na? But distance is always positive, correct? Okay. Suppose, look here, some circle is given to you and you start from some point in a circle, you go around the complete circle, your distance travel is what? 2 pi r, but your displacement becomes 0, as you know. But sometime if you need to find the distance between along any chord, look here, suppose this is a chord given, you are going from point A to point B, this is a circle of some radius r, this is the radius r, this subtending angle of what? Theta here, this is a chord. Suppose they say a body moves from point A to point B and we need to calculate this displacement, means simply your chord length, okay. So remember that is chord length AB, we have learned in junior classes, that simply becomes your distance AB, or we calling that x. That x is nothing but what? 2 times of r and sine theta by, if you know angle subtended by this chord at the center, right now. So this is little important, sometime we need this because we have to calculate the displacement here. So we need that straight distance, means chord length we need, okay. Okay, but if you need distance, means A to B, that distance you have to calculate what? That distance, right? This is your displacement, keep in mind, right? Chord length, or you call what? Displacement. Suppose you need distance from A to B, correct na? Then you know that how you write, let's call that y. So y will be what? This is an arc simply subtending an angle of what? Theta here, right? So we know that if you have to complete 2 pi r, that will be for what? 360. So we need just theta by what? 2 pi. Theta you can put in, if you put in radian, then 2 pi, if you put in degrees, then you write what? 360. That will be your displacement. 2 pi r is the complete circumference. You need this much part only, which is subtend angle of theta. So 2 pi r subtend angle of 2 pi. So we need the theta, just theta by 2 pi. Theta you put in radian, then 2 pi. Theta is, if you put in degrees, then put here what? 360 degree, okay. So this is that's what your distance, and that's what your displacement. From A to B, that's your distance, and that's what your displacement, correct? Okay. Then next term you talk here is called speed and velocity. So same thing, one is scalar, one is vector, correct? Speed is scalar, velocity is what? Your vector. So how you define speed? How you define speed? So speed like scalar related with what? Your distance. Velocity is vector related with your displacement. So how you say speed? Speed is what? Your rate of change of your distance, right now. Or you say that what is speed? The rate at which distance is changing, correct na? The rate at which distance changes, that's called what? Your speed, correct na? Same way, if you want write velocity, how is say? Just the rate, same thing, everything is same, rate at which your displacement is changing, right now, correct na? Everything is same. Same way we will say, like what I told you, your distance is a scalar, so same way speed is a scalar quantity, right now, while your velocity is what? Vector, right now. Yes. So what will happen? Your speed is what? Only positive. You cannot, a body is moving, then you cannot have zero speed, or you cannot have a negative speed, just like what? Your displacement also, right now, body moving, then your distance cannot be what? Zero or negative, it's always positive. Same thing here also, but velocity is a vector quantity. You can have zero, you can have negative, you can have what? Positive, all type of values, correct? Yes. Also, what I told you, like this is very important, that distance or displacement is always what? Correct? This relation, distance is always either equal or always more than what? Displacement, okay? Same way you say that, if you talk like speed, your speed is magnitude or is always more or equal to what? Your velocity, right? Same relations here also. So speed is nothing that just distance by time. You can write like, suppose you want to write instant speed or velocity, right? Instant, I said velocity, then how you write? Like velocity at any instant is given by like v vector is what? Simply rate of change of what? Displacement. Okay, like this you write. Okay, and your time is what? Very small. When say instant velocity means what? Time is very small. So differentiate your displacement for the time. If I ask you like average velocity, then how you say is right? ds by what? dt. That's what your average means. For big time interval, then is called what? Average. Correct. Now here we see small interesting question here based on your average. Look here, I talk about average speed. I talk. What is average speed? Okay. So look, average speed is what? Let's write some simple like as average something. Okay. Speed I am calling as average. What is this one? Total distance by what? Total time. Any problem? Yes, general. Okay. How they ask? They ask an important question here. Suppose a body start moving from point A and go to point what? B. Travel d distance in what? With velocity what? U. Then it goes from B to what? C point, and same distance for you travel with different speed V. Then they will ask what is the average speed in this journey. Correct na? What they ask? Average speed of this journey. So average speed how we write? Like S average will be what? Total distance travel means D plus D by total time. Suppose A to B take T1 time, B to C take what? T2 time. Correct na? Then write what? T1 plus T2. Now time we don't know what is given to you. Velocities and distance are given. Okay. So 2D upon this time you can write what? Distance by speed. Distance by speed. Okay, let's simplify. This answer comes as V is what? 2uv upon u plus v. Listen carefully, this is very important. 2 times they have asked in our exam, NEET exam. If a body travel equal distances, okay, with different velocities or speed. I am writing for speed first. Okay, focus on speed. So a body traveling some same distance like d distance with some velocity, next d distance with some velocity. We don't need the distance. If they can suggest that it travel equal distances with different velocities, then what is the average velocity of this journey? 2uv upon u plus v. You can also do like this one. You can go somewhere like you going A to B. You going A to B with speed u. Then you coming back from B to A with speed what? V. Correct na? That also okay. In this case also, because the scalar we are talking distance only and they are asking average speed, so same answer only. Correct na? Yes. But this question they asked for what? Average velocity. Suppose same question, a body moves from A to B, B to C, then what is average velocity? In this case same answer only, but in this case it becomes what? 0, because displacement becomes what? 0. Here body move in a straight line, so distance and displacement are same only, so average velocity also answer becomes same only. Okay. One question was asked in our exam, that they said an airplane flies from CTA to CTB and come back from C to B to what? A with velocity u and v. Then they said what is the average speed of this journey? What is the answer? This much. But what is the average velocity of this journey? 0. You going and coming back, your net displacement 0, so average velocity will be 0, but average speed is what? This one. Correct? They did not ask, but if same question is asked for 3 speeds. So what is this question actually? What's the name of question we call? Like a body travels equal distances with what? Different speeds. Then what is the average speed of that journey? Suppose you travel 3 distances. Point A to B your body is going, that's d distance with velocity u. B to C also you going distance d with velocity v, and from C to D also you going same distance with velocity what? W. 3 velocities we have u, v, w. Then same way you have to solve d plus by okay t1 plus t2 plus t3 again you have to replace here same. So you get answer like this one. Your average speed how much becomes? It becomes 3 u v w. 3 times of multiplication of 3 velocities, then multiplication of 2 u into v, v into w, u into what? W. That becomes what? Your average speed of this journey. And if you move in straight line like this one, then average velocity also that answer only, right? But this case you going to some point and coming back returning, right now, then your average velocity will be obviously what? 0. Average speed will not be 0. That's your answer, right? Okay. Now, okay, we have defined 4 terms. Now one more term is called what? Your acceleration, right now. Okay, actually one more thing I can discuss here. Suppose this average you want to write as a general formula, that how you define your general velocity. Okay, then you can also write like this one, the average speed. You can also write like integration of v into what? dt in given time. Like this also you can write integration of what, velocity over time, divided by what, integration of the time. This also what, your average speed, general formula if you want to understand. Or if you want to write, suppose this is formula we write when velocity is changing. If suppose distance is changing, then how you write average speed, like this one, integration of what, v dot ds by what, ds. But I think you will not need this much. Still, if you want to copy, it's your choice. So we're talking about fifth point, that's called what, acceleration. You know, this also a vector quantity, right? So okay, so what is acceleration? It's just vector only, there is no scalar meaning. Look here, distance and displacement is scalar vector, speed and velocity is scalar vector, but here we have what, only acceleration is what, only vector. So what is this, rate of change of velocity, that's all. Rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. So your A is nothing but what, dv by what, dt. You can write like that, okay? But you know that later we'll see the equations. You can write your velocity in terms of displacement, so acceleration also you can write in terms of displacement. So actually instead of this, like you can also write like acceleration is what, rate of change of velocity, that you understood. Then velocity is what, differentiation of what, displacement, so you can also write what, d2s by dt square, double differentiation of displacement, correct? That's also what, your acceleration. Or sometime what happens now, this acceleration formula we have to write in terms of displacement and velocity. Some cases will come where acceleration we have to replace in terms of displacement and velocity, because we need a relation between what, velocity and displacement. So look at this term, I multiply by ds by ds here, okay? I'm multiplying by what, displacement, ds, right now. Then ds by dt become velocity. So you can also write like this one, v into dv by ds. Somewhere we will need this. So this all way you can write what, your acceleration, correct? Okay. Also like here we writing, you can write in vector form also with vectors, right? Yes, all are vectors, so directions are important. Okay, so this is what your acceleration basic meaning, right? Now mainly we'll talk here what, graphical things, okay? Graphs are very very important. So let's start learning graphical relations, okay? Lot of graphs we have to learn here to understand all this. Let's talk about graphs, okay? First graph what we can talk is what, let's talk displacement, okay? Displacement and what, time graph. So what type of graphs we can have between displacement and time, we'll talk. So listen here, let me draw a curve between what, displacement, let's call x, versus what, time t. So different possibilities we have. So look here, already we have learned like something called uniform motion, non-uniform motion, depends on what, whether body is accelerating, their velocity is constant or not constant. That I will explain in terms of our graph. The simplest graph you can have velocity and your displacement time is like this type of graph, a straight line, graph number 1. So I am writing meaning also here. Graph number 1 represent what? What this graph represent? It represents that time increasing but your displacement is not changing, means body is at what, rest. So this is a graph for what? Body is at what? Rest. Your displacement is what? Not changing, means your body at rest, means you say what? Velocity is what? Your 0. Correct na? Okay. Then we draw second graph like this one, straight line like this, okay? This is a graph number what? 2. So in graph number 2 what happens? You see the distance and time are proportional. Time increasing, the distance is what? Increasing, right? Yes. So your body, you say that your body is moving at what? Constant speed. Constant speed means what? Distance and time will be proportional, right now. So in the second curve what happened? Body moving at constant speed. Here constant speed, then acceleration is what? 0. So your body is what? Not accelerating, correct na? Okay. Now see, so this also called what? Uniform motion, right now. The second means what? Body is what? Under uniform motion. Body moving what? Equal distance in what? Equal displacement in what? Equal time. So okay, let me draw a graph now like this type of graph. So here what happens, you see, right? graph is bending towards what, x, correct na, means what, with time x is increasing faster than what, time, right now, yes, x is increasing what, faster, curve is bending towards x side, with y side means what happens, more slope, correct na? Slope is increasing. So how you say here, body is what, accelerating, correct na? In this case what happens, body is accelerating, your distance is increasing faster with time. Suppose you wait for 1 second, you said 1 meter you moved, in next 1 second it moved what, more than 1 meter, okay. So it's not uniform, what happens, your distance is increasing faster. So here how you say here, body is what, accelerating, so here acceleration is there, okay, correct. So this is what a non-uniform motion, right? How you say, this was a uniform motion, you can write here, I don't have space. This is what example of what, non-uniform motion. Here body is what, accelerating, okay. Then let's draw a graph like this. This is the graph number what, 4. In this graph what you seeing, look at time increasing, but the given time interval, your distance travel is what, reducing, right, slow and slow, correct na? So here what happens, your body is what, slowing down. What happening here, body is what, slowing down, okay. So here what you wrote, body is accelerating, means here you said the velocity is increasing, keep in mind, velocity increasing or body is accelerating. Here body is what, deaccelerating, body is what, deaccelerating, its speed is what, slowing down, okay. So the distance covered is what, like not at the same rate, okay, distance increasing continuously but what, at a slow rate, okay. So body is what, deaccelerating, you say velocity is what, decreasing, deacceleration, opposite of what, acceleration, okay. Okay, then you can have this type of curve also, I cannot draw here, so I am drawing separately here, but it's the same curve only, displacement versus time, this type of curve, your body is coming from A to B like that way. So this is a curve number what, 5. So let me draw it here. In this curve what happening, you see that your displacement is reducing and come towards 0, correct na? Displacement was here starting a maximum displacement, at the end of this time your displacement is what, 0, means your body is returning back to what, your original position, right? So here what happens, again what happens, velocity is reducing, right now, yes. So velocity is what, decreasing, right now. Velocity decreasing means what, again this is what, your deacceleration only, right? What happening, deacceleration happening, your body is what, and velocity is what, also you say decreasing, but is what, you said negative, velocity is what, negative, keep in mind, okay. But you're decreasing at what, constant rate, sorry I should not write here deacceleration, your velocity is decreasing at what, constant rate, it's a straight line, decreasing at what, constant rate, right. This is also actually uniform motion, but uniform what, motion only, but what happens, the velocity is what, in negative velocity, velocity is decreasing. Suppose you said you started from here going this direction, that was your positive distance or positive displacement, it was the meaning in this curve, the body is coming back toward your initial point, okay. So body is coming back, okay, returning back in this case. So this was your displacement and time graph, okay. So 5 possibilities I have shown here. Then we will see now velocity and time and acceleration in these curve also, okay. So displacement and time curve I will discuss with you. Now let's see how the velocity and time curves will look, okay. Second topic, velocity and time curve. Exactly those 5 shapes I will draw again, okay. Let's see here. So this time this is velocity on this side and time on this side. I want to draw again few curve. Let's see one by one. So first curve is like that way, straight line, curve number 1. So curve number 1 represent what, right? Velocity is what, constant, right? Yes, velocity constant, velocity is what, constant, or you can say what, acceleration is what, 0, because acceleration is what, rate of change of velocity, velocity not changing with time. So this is a uniform motion, right now, yes. Then let me draw this curve, that's curve number 2. So in curve number 2 what happening, in this curve what happening, you can see that velocity is increasing but at constant rate, velocity increasing at what? Constant rate. The velocity and time curve is a straight line. So velocity is increasing, right now. Velocity is what? Increasing at what? Constant rate. So means what? Acceleration is there, but acceleration is what? Constant acceleration is there. Yes, yes, there. Okay. Now let's draw curve number 3 like that shape. This is our curve number 3. In curve number 3, you see that your graph is going towards what? Y-axis. Your slope is increasing, means your velocity is increasing faster, right now? Yes. So here we say that your body is what? Accelerating. This is what example of non-uniform motion. Right here is what? Accelerating, right now. Your velocity increasing faster, means body is what? Accelerating. Your A is what? Positive. Then this curve, graph number 4, graph is bending towards time, means what? Your body, the velocity is what? Increasing, but not at like the rate of increase of velocity is what? Slow, or you say what? Negative. Okay, so here body is what? Deaccelerating, right? Okay. Now fifth curve, again that type curve, I wrap there those things. This type curve, again velocity and time curve like this. This is curve number 5. So you see here velocity is what? Decreasing. Yes, decreasing, but at constant rate again. This is also uniform motion only, but velocity is what? Negative, right? Yes. Velocity decreasing at constant rate. So here this is negative velocity happening, what? Negative, correct na? So this is also uniform motion only, but in negative direction, correct? Okay, so these were what? Your velocity and time curve. Okay, suppose you want to draw acceleration curves, acceleration versus time curve, then how they will look? Look here, suppose you have this type of curve. It's a curve between what? Acceleration versus time and straight line. Maximum time this will happen, acceleration will be like that way. Means what here? Acceleration is what? Constant. Acceleration is what? Constant, means what? Your velocity is what? Increasing at what? Constant rate, right now? Yes. So here acceleration is what? Constant. You say what? A is constant, right? So what is this type of motion? A constant, like I discussed, A constant. Here this graph velocities keep increasing, so your velocity is what? Increasing at what? Uniform rate. Or you have this type of curve, this acceleration versus time, generally this type of curve, right now? A versus what? T, means your acceleration is increasing, correct na? Acceleration increasing means velocity is also increasing at the greater rate, right na? Yes. So this is called what you can call this like this is called uniformly accelerated motion. Then this is called uniformly increasing acceleration motion. Okay, here acceleration increasing, so speed is increasing at very high rate. Okay, yes. Okay, now I have drawn the curve for all displacement versus time, velocity versus time, acceleration versus time. Now we'll see some question. They ask an exam, like they give some curve and they ask you that which of the following curve is not possible. Okay, some wrong curve. Okay, so I'm drawing like some, what I'm writing here, not possible. Okay, some curve I'm drawing which are not possible, which are wrong. Okay, let's see. If I draw a curve between like say this is what your distance, what I'm writing here, watch carefully, distance and time curve. I'm drawing a curve between distance and time, and I draw some curve like that way. This curve is not possible. Why? Because I'm drawing these all were what? Vector quantities, last three graph, displacement versus time, velocity versus time, and acceleration versus time. So they can have 0, they can have positive, they can have negative values, right? Now I'm drawing a graph between what? Distance versus time. You see this curve is going in negative side, distance cannot be negative. So this graph is what? Wrong graph. This graph is not possible. So in this graph, what do you see? Distance cannot be negative, right now? Yes or no? Correct? Okay. Suppose I draw another curve I draw a speed versus time graph. Can I draw a graph like this? No, Ji, you cannot draw. This graph also wrong because speed also cannot be negative, right now. So distance and speed, you know, that cannot be negative, right now. So these graphs are what? Wrong graphs. Or let's say some more curve. Suppose I draw a curve between like velocity only, okay, velocity versus time curve. I draw a curve like this one, correct na? Is this curve is possible for velocity? This type curve is possible? What is the answer? No, it's not possible. Why? Because look here, first thing, look here, you see two ways you can see. You see from here, okay, starting from here something, your time increasing here, say. Then at this point what happens, curve is going this direction, your time cannot be negative, right now. From this point onward, you see graph is going in this direction backward, time is negative, that's not possible. So time can't be negative. So this graph also wrong. You cannot have graph like this one. So velocity can be negative and zero anything, but your time cannot be negative. This graph you can also draw like this, was asked like this way also. Suppose velocity versus time graph. Can you have a graph like this way? What is the answer? Not possible, because at any point you cannot have two times, right now. Your body cannot be like a two displacement to velocity at the same time. You talk about some time here, like after 2 seconds, velocity may be this, velocity may be this. No, this is not possible. So this curve also what? Wrong curve. Correct. Okay, these were like some wrong curves. Okay, should understand time cannot be negative, distance and speed, these also cannot be negative, right now. Okay. Now these were curve. We'll talk some more curve. We will derive our equations of motion, which you already know, with help of what? Graph. We're learning graphs, so let's continue them. Okay. Okay. So what I am writing here, equations of motions. So let's see the equation of motion with help of what? Graphs. Okay. So what I do, I am drawing a graph between velocity versus time. So this is a graph I am drawing, velocity versus time graph. Suppose the body was initially already moving with speed, what? Initial speed u. U is what? Your initial speed. And as a uniform motion, uniformly accelerated motion, so I say that its speed is increasing with time like that way, or velocity increasing with time like that way, and final speed I am calling some symbol u. That's what your final speed v. Initial speed u, final v, and this is time taken is what? Some time t. Now from this curve, let's derive our equations of motion. Many times I told you that when you have graphs in physics, always you get two answers from graph. One is slope of the graph gives some answer, one gives area below the curve, right now. We have learned at many places, in the whole physics this comes. Here also you do less some calculation. Look here. Suppose you have velocity and time, then slope of this curve gives what? Slope of this curve gives obviously what? Acceleration, right now. So we know that slope of what? Velocity, time, right, curve gives what? Acceleration. Yes, we know this. So let's calculate the slope of this curve, and we will find what? Acceleration. Let's find. What is slope of this given curve? Slope is called change in y by change in x, right? What is change in y side? U to v you are going, so change becomes v minus u. What is change here? You are going 0 to 2, so t minus 0, and this is equal to what? Acceleration. Because slope gives what? Acceleration, means a is equal to what? V minus u by t. So this is your first equation of motion. V minus u is equal to at, v is equal to u plus what? At. That's what your first equation of motion, already we know, right? Okay. So every graph in physics, maximum graph, you find slope, you will get always some answer actually, okay? Like we have learned recently, mechanics of solids, stress and strain curve. If you divide stress by strain, you get what? Young's modulus. Slope of the stress and strain curves gives what? Young's modulus, right? Or modulus of elasticity, you say. Same way, we have learned like current episode, so you have graph between V and I, then slope of this curve gives what? Resistance. So you can know who has more resistance, like two curves are given, I say curve A and curve B. Which material has more resistance? So obviously the more the slope, more the resistance. So like B curve has more slope than more resistance, okay? Because V and I curve gives what? Slope. Same Similarly, area below this curve, V into I, means that's called your power. So area below that gives what? Simply power. Correct. So every graph has two answers, one from slope gives something, and what your area below the curve. The slope of velocity and time graph gives what? Your acceleration, or we have calculated first equation. Then what happens? Area below this curve. Area below what? Your velocity and t curve gives what? Displacement. So area below the velocity and time curve, that gives what? Your displacement. So let's calculate area of this curve. So this is trapezium looking, you can divide into two pictures. So you see a rectangle and a triangle, right now. So let's calculate area. So what's area? Look here. Area of this area of rectangle is what? 0 to t and 0 to u. So u into what? T, plus area of this triangle, that's what? Half 0 to t, okay, t, and height is what? This much, means u to what? V. So v minus what? U. Let's replace v minus u from here, that's what? At. So area means is called displacement, as simply writing ut plus what? Half at square. That's what? Your second equation of what? Motion. Correct only? Yes. Okay. So no problem. How we found second equation of motion? By writing that velocity and time curve is given, then area below the curve. So this question has been asked in our exam also. Direct a graph is given between velocity and time. We have to find they said what is the net displacement. So you have to find simply the area. And you know that this velocity can be negative. So this graph can be below here also. So that displacement will be what? Negative. I will give some example also. Okay. Okay. So let's move on and find the third equation of motion. Correct. In third equation of motion, how you have to find? We know that third equation doesn't has time. V square minus u square is what? 2s, right? So from this equation, just replace time. Time you're replacing from here. Okay. So in this equation only time you have to replace. What is time? V minus u by a. That's your time. So when you replace it here, you're getting this answer. I'm writing directly. No need to solve. Okay. This is your third equation of motion, right? What I did, how I found this, I am replacing time in this equation from here. Time is what? V minus u by what? A. You will get the third equation of motion, right? Okay, so these equations we know already, correct? Apart from, these three equations gives answer of what? They give like answer of like final velocity or distance traveled or displacement in the given time. Okay, I say that a body is moving with some speed, maybe uniform or increasing. Then I ask you what is the distance covered or displacement covered in what? 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 1 hour, right? You give answer from here. Apart from these, we have fourth equation which gives distance traveled in what? 1 particular second. Distance or displacement travel, okay, or covered in given particular second, 1 particular second. Suppose I ask you what is the distance traveled in 10 seconds. 10 seconds, you will use these equations, right? But I ask you what is the distance traveled in 10th second, 1 particular second. You can use these equations also. How you will find? I'm asking distance traveled in 10th second, only 1 particular second, 10 second. You find distance traveled in 10 seconds, you find distance traveled in 9 seconds, and subtract these two, you will get distance traveled in what? 10th second. So I'm writing here also your fourth equation called distance or displacement also traveled in what? Nth second. And in 1 particular second, that's called nth second, right? So how are you finding the distance traveled in nth second actually? Okay. What you find distance traveled in what? In your whatever given number of second, then n minus 1 second. This will give answer. So same equation only you put here, like u into time is for 10 second, okay? Like 10 second, you put 10 here, 10 here. The next equation, right? You put what? Like 10 minus 1 means 9 second. So when you put this here, we get a simple answer. Distance traveled nth second is given by u plus a by 2 n minus 1. This is a direct equation. So this is your fourth equation of motion, you can call it, okay? Distance traveled in particular second, okay? Mainly question on this equations we will see in terms of when we write these equations in terms of what? Gravity, means motion under gravity. We will see some questions here. Like tape problem, they ask that tape is there and water drops are falling at some interval, then they ask you what is the distance traveled in that second, something. We will see, okay? So this is a fourth equation. Sn, distance traveled in n second is what? U, initial speed if is given, okay? Not given, 0. A by 2 is the acceleration only, and n, 2n means that second, which second they are asking. What is the velocity in 10th, what is the distance traveled in 10th second? You put what? 10 here, right? So this is called what? Now distance traveled in n second. So here what I do, I discuss some question they ask like displacement given, that velocity and time curve will be given to you. They will ask you what is the displacement of the body, right now. So some question, let's see. Calculate net displacement of body from let's say 0 to 8 second. Some question, okay. Calculate the net displacement body, and some curve is given between what? Velocity versus time curve is given to you, like that way. Suppose okay, so this is 0, this is 2, this is 6, that's 8, and this is what? 10 on this side. Let's say this is what? Minus 6. So this is velocity in meter per second square, and this is time in what? Second, they're saying, okay. And some body is moving like that way, curve is given, and we have to find what is the net displacement of this body, correct? Okay, so velocity and time, area under the curve enclosed by the curve gives what? Your displacement. So let's calculate. So what we do, this is positive quadrant, so velocity positive here, displacement positive, and this side velocity is negative, so displacement is also negative. So let's calculate displacement here. What is displacement? Means what's the area of this triangle? Okay, this part. So area of triangle means you say half into base, means 0 to 2, that's 2, and height 0 to 10 means what? 10. So that becomes what? Your 10 meter, right? SI system. Then what is the area of this rectangle? Correct. What is the area of rectangle? 2 to 6 means what? 4 into 0 to 10 means what? 10. What is the answer? 40 meter. Correct. So what is net positive displacement? 10 plus 40, okay, 50. Now this side will be negative. What is the area of this part? You will say like is a triangle, half into base 6 to what? 8. 6 to 8 means what? 2, and velocity is 0 to what? 6, and negative. If you put negative also okay, otherwise you should understand that this is a negative one, right? So this much area will make positive displacement, this will make what? Negative displacement, right? Okay, so this becomes what? Minus 6 meter. So what is the answer of this question? You say that 10 plus 40 minus what? 6, that's what your net displacement, right? Correct. So 50 minus 6 means what? Your 44 meter will be the net displacement. Clear? Okay. So if you want to see one more question here, let's see, because questions are very important. They give, suppose I gave the velocity and what? Time curve, okay, and suppose I give the displacement and what? Time curve to you, okay. What curve? Displacement and what? Time curve. Then area under this curve, okay, not area, the slope is a displacement time curve. The slope of like this velocity and time curve I discuss all the point. I am talking about displacement time curve. You know the slope gives what? Velocity, right now? Yes or no? Slope gives what? Velocity. Suppose I give some question like this one, that I say that two bodies are moving and I am drawing graph between displacement versus time curve. The curve is like that way, correct? There is a curve of body A, there is a curve of body B. Then I ask you which body is moving faster, correct? This curve again I am saying which body is moving faster, correct? What is the answer? So you know that the displacement and time curve is given, and the slope gives what? Your velocity. So who has more velocity? Obviously more this angle, that's called theta 1, that's called theta 2, right? So slope is what? Directly proportional to what? Your tan theta, we know, right? Tan theta is proportional to theta, so more the angle much more curve towards y side, this side more the slope. So obviously who has more speed? B I have. So VB is what? Greater than what? VA. So B is moving faster than what? A, correct? Okay. So these were the some basic curves. Now what we will see? These equations of motion, mainly here we write their motion under gravity. We write this in terms of gravity. Then we will do some numerical calculations.